All right, everybody, welcome back. JWHL Hockey. We got game number 2 of our evening session here from Ritter Arena on Friday night from Minneapolis, playing at Mariucci and Ritter Arena all weekend here at the University of Minnesota, with the JWHL in town. We just saw the North American Hockey Academy survive against Chicago 4-3, an exciting first game of our evening slate. And now we got a couple teams that are pretty evenly matched in the standings, albeit unfortunately on the other end of the standings. But two teams matched pretty close nonetheless between Little Caesars out of Detroit, Michigan, and Ridley College from Ontario. Little Caesars not a part of the JWHL a year ago that came to Minneapolis. Ridley College was. And getting ready to drop the puck here. We'll just take a quick look. Little Caesars lost this morning to Balmoral Hall 3-0. And Ridley, who controls the opening faceoff, won against New England Hockey Club this morning 2-1. So Ridley already with one win here. Little Caesars looking for their first, and Caesars nearly getting on the board right off the bat, as that one glides across the face of goal. Pass out wide from the point, high shot, and that one is saved, as it looks to be, and it is number 30, Brooke Loringer in net for Ridley College. This Ridley College team kind of alternates between 3 different goalies, something you don't often see here in the JWHL, and Loringer, one of the younger members of this team, starting to get a little bit more action as of late. Comes up with a big stop. And we head the other way, and they had numbers, but the stop made on the other end, and that is Shaylin Snow, who ended up taking the shot, number 54, the assistant captain here for Ridley College. She's one of the players you're going to want to watch here for Ridley this evening, one of the leading scorers. Remember her from a season ago, one of the leading scorers on this Ridley College team as well. And there she is, Snow, flips it up. And kept inside the zone. A lot of orange out there right now between these two. We got Ridley College in the all orange. And then Little Caesars with the white jerseys with the blue, the baby blue and orange trim. So Caesars with it now. Back out to the high slot. Deflected. And looked a little more dangerous from here, but ended up going pretty wide. Ridley's going to switch it up. And they'll attempt to keep the pressure on in the Caesars zone, but Caesars will play around with it, eventually take control. Cross-ice pass, skips the stick, ends up with Ridley College. Now skating left side, quick shot. That wrist shot had some eyes, but blocker save. And making that blocker save and making the start in net, I believe that's Ripley Crosley. Yes, Ripley Crosley, number 60. For Little Caesars is in goal. Caesars also splits time between their goalies. You see that a lot here in this league, as obviously teams want to balance not only being successful on the ice, but getting their girls a lot of good minutes to play. It's a little easier with your skaters than your goaltenders. Goaltenders kind of have to just split games, whereas skaters can switch lines. No score here early going, 2.5 minutes into it. Sent ahead, lost at the feet, but recontrolled by Caesars. I mentioned Caesars lost their opening game to Boston 3-0 this morning. And Caesars sends it back through the zone to be collected by Ridley behind the net, sent around the boards to the corner and skated out. Puck along the near side walls, out with it, and that one glides across the face of goal. Emma Robertson tried to make something happen. Goes across the center line. Kept onside. Dumped into the corner. Right behind the net. Loringer trying to find it for Ridley College. Eventually she's able to whip her head around and sees it in the corner. That's pushed around. Snow tries to loft it over a defender. Now tries to get touch pass and out of the zone, but Little Caesars keeps it in. Just over the outstretched reach. And all the way down for an icing as Shaylin Snow unable to chase it. So no score here, just under 16 minutes left to go in the opening period. Scrum out in front of the net, falls kindly. And that one's blocked to the side by Loringer. Clark pushes it ahead, gets it back. Wrist shot, knocked down in front. Clark takes it again. On the left side. She'll swing it around the boards, down behind the net. Center pass, nothing there. As it was fanned on a little bit. Not sure if that was a shot, more likely a pass. Winged in towards Loringer. She covers it. And the face-off will be to her right. DiMaggio wins the faceoff for Caesars. Eventually gets it back. Going to have to ride the challenge of a couple Ridley defenders. Get some help along the boards. Drop back, nothing there, and Ridley will take it. Skating through a couple defenders, couldn't get it onto the blade of the stick. And DiMaggio pounds it off the board. He'll stay in the zone. Caesar's not sure what to do with it. They'll fling it ahead. And Loringer will take the safe route and cover it up. And another face-off in the Ridley zone. Brandy Wilson winning the face-off for Little Caesars out of Detroit, Michigan. They switch it to the other point. Big deflection, and I think, yep, goes up and out of play off the net. And another face-off. A right side circle of the Ridley netminder. Face off one again. Hubel in, dangerous spot, tapped. And somehow Loringer able to close the pads up and keep the puck out of the net. Boy, I thought that for sure was going to find its way in. But good anticipation from Loringer. And it stays 0-0. 14:06 left to go, first period. Hubel touches it down. Little Caesars. Loringer got a stick to it, but stayed in a dangerous territory. Now out wide. Nice find from Caesars. Kept in the zone. It's kind of a wild shot into some dangerous territory. Traffic in front. And things will be stopped. So a lot of pressure early on here from Little Caesars. The young goalie, though, for Ridley, doing a nice job. So far, been on top of things. Little Caesars, though, out shooting Ridley 7-1 here in the early going. Little Caesars tried to take control, but ended up giving it up to Ridley nicely. That's sent all the way around. And eventually Little Caesars able to take it the other way. Good numbers. Ridley trying to get back. Centering pass. Can't find it onto the stick. Can't find the tape. Looked like it found a skate. That'll keep things at zeros. Not great passing on center ice from Little Caesars. Gives Ridley a chance, but a couple legs get tangled. Henry Cross, attempt at a wrister. That's knocked down. Turnover, backhand, popped up, batted out of the air. Falls back to Little Caesars. There's an attempt at a center. Back to the point again. Another switch. Soft wrister. They're looking for a deflection out front. Puck was bouncing, but Loringer there with the glove to stop it. A lot of action early on here from Little Caesars. A lot of pressure. 8 shots now to Ridley's 1. Ridley's going to take it away again, coming up this near side. Now behind the net, center. Knocked down. Scrum. And that one crosses the line and a goal. Little Caesars with a lot of the same action out in front on the other end. They can't get it in. And what was a mess of a scrum out in front ends up in a Ridley College goal. And leading the celebration line is Shaylin Snow. I'm going to say she gets credit with the goal, number 54. As it was tough to tell who got the stick to it to finally cross it across the line. 1-0 to Ridley on only their second shot of the hockey game. Caesars with it again out in front. And Loringer freezes the puck. The puck spending a lot of time in some dangerous territory right out in front of the net on both ends here in the early going. Face-off controlled by Ridley College. Wrister rolls up a leg, then goes nicely to Little Caesars the other way. They stay on, 2-on-1. An unselfish play, but maybe would have been better suited to keep it herself. She gave it up, just dropped it a little bit too far behind. Hubble sends it over to a teammate. Azamakis tries to get out of the way of her teammates. Azamakis gets the turnover in her own zone. She's one of the more dangerous players for Little Caesars, skating through some defenders, but eventually has it taken away. Shot high. Not sure if Loringer would have got there, as that one was hunting out the top left corner, but went wide. Ridley looking to recover, have the 1-0 lead. 10 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here, opening period. Carried in, wrister. Rebound, but pushed behind the net. Caesars kind of gets caught switching things up. Puck comes out of the zone. Little Caesars, for the most part, been controlling this one in the early going, definitely out shooting Ridley and having the majority of the possession of the puck in their zone. Ridley able to capitalize on one of their few opportunities, though, to get the lead. Almost everybody on the far side board. Finally, it squeaks out And Shaylin Snow charging with a full head of steam, tried to highway herself around the defender, can't quite do it. And it goes up off the glass and back with Ridley. Dumped in behind the net. Snow looking to carry it out of the corner, gets tripped up, now has it outside the corner, right on net. I think that hit the stick of the Little Caesars netminder. Not sure she knew a whole lot about it, but keeps it out nonetheless. Now that one she knows a little bit more about, steers wide easily. Good pressure still from Ridley, another wrist shot. That one saved with the big leg pad. Now Caesars going the other way. Puck comes out of the zone. They'll dump it in and wait. Bad turnover and great move in front of net. And Little Caesars is going to tie this one up. That's Brandy Wilson. And not a good turnover there from Ridley, and Wilson does the rest. Been really impressed with the stick work of some of these girls here so far tonight. That's some of the best we've seen. As Wilson easily able to deke out Loringer and get the Little Caesars on the board and tie this one at 1. With 8:30 left to go here in the opening period. Azamakis tries to run with it straight off the face-off, gets tripped up with a body, no call. Hubble fights to keep it in, does so. There's the goal scorer, Brandy Wilson. Kept in along the near side. Azamakis there to help. She knocks it off the board and gets it to Wilson. Nice little no-look pass from Azamakis. Ridley player goes to the ice, no call. Now battle. It's 2-on-2. Nobody can get it. And the battle continues. Eventually it finds its way almost all the way out to the point. Switched over, other side. Loringer was screened and wasn't able to recover. Azamakis on the doorstep, found herself in good position. And don't look now, all of a sudden it's a Little Caesars 2-1 lead. They get 2 goals in a matter of about a minute. And we might have a high-scoring game as it's 2-1 here. 7:30 left to go in the opening period. And you had to think with all that pressure Little Caesars was putting on here in the opening, 10, 15 minutes or so, that something was going to go right for them. And it has here. They've pretty much flipped this one on its head, and it's 2-1. And when you take a look at the shots on goal, Little Caesars is out shooting Ridley 12-2, so Ridley able to take advantage of one of their few opportunities. We'll have an icing call, and Ridley will have an opportunity. With it in the Little Caesars zone, they'll win the faceoff. Finds his way back, wrist her way out. That one's stopped. Oh, good run right in on net. Crosley is there, but can't control the rebound. Second chance effort, and they're going to call it. And the goals just keep on coming here at Ritter. Looks like this one's going to be number 12 on the rebound. Number 12, Abby Bowley. And the forward and assistant captain able to get this one tied back up for Ridley. So 4 goals already in the opening period here, and we got 7 minutes to go. Let's take a look at when these two teams have played each other. And it's safe to say a few goals get scored when these two get together. I will say the first 2 times they played, I was going to say the first 2 times they played it was high-scoring affair. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong information. These two teams have yet to play on the season. I was looking at Ridley going against Pacific. So far, first time that Little Caesars and Ridley have faced each other. And they might want to play a few more times, as it's been an interesting. Boy, Shaylin Snow, excellent to wait for the window of opportunity. Got a great look. And if it wasn't for her firing it high, that probably would have been another goal. Snow, one of the leading goal scorers here for Ridley, has already found the score sheet early on. DiMaggio loses it. Stays in for Little Caesars, however. Hubble works it down into the corner. And we'll have another little battle for it in that corner. Boy, battle continues, as they're really locked up. Referee thought about blowing a whistle, and eventually it gets loose. Yeah, first time these two have met. They'll see each other 2 more times in the next couple stops on the JWHL North American Tour. Wilson crosses it, carried across the M logo, and then coughed up. Popped up, stick on the ice. Saw that a few times in our game before. Player goes down, but I think she just slipped on the ice. No call. Wilson gets it in an advantageous position. Loringer taps it away. Almost gave Little Caesar another chance, but able to get the stop on the follow-up. As Taylor Whitney, I think, ended up getting the shot on goal there. Loringer with another save. Brandy Wilson going to take the draw for Little Caesars, wins it. It's dumped around. Azamakis going to chase it down in the corner. She decides to drop it down, takes a funny bounce off the wall, goes right to her. Save. Loringer gave up the rebound again. Somehow the rebound didn't find its way in. Hubble shot from right out at the top of the circle. That one doesn't find its way to the goal. And sent down. Azamakis tied up behind the net. Time really starting to fly now here in the first period. 3:45 left to go. 2-2. Little Caesars get a couple fresh legs on the ice as it's trying to get pushed across, but no harm as Little Caesars able to keep control. That got through, and it will be an icing. And Ridley will have a face-off down on the end. And we'll see if Ripley Crosley is ready for some more action. Ripley Crosley in net for Little Caesars, committed to Miami of Ohio, Division I school. Crosley knocks it down with the blocker. Tapped ahead, it's going to be a race for it. Icing waved off. Ridley is first to get there. Sent ahead, no call. Suspicion of tripping, and that'll be an ice. JWHL hockey here from Minneapolis. As the first day of a 3-day weekend here on the campus of the University of Minnesota. Splitting time, we got 2 rinks in action. Mariucci next door to us, and Ritter Arena right here. This the smaller of the 2 ice sheets. And I think when you're playing your second game of 2 for the day. You probably like it to be on this smaller ice sheet. Maybe have some tired legs. I'm sure these teams hope by Sunday that this is where they're going to be playing. I'm pretty sure every team kind of plays on both rinks, so they get a chance to see how they fare on the varying sizes. Of course, these teams end this league, play all over the U.S. and Canada, so very accustomed to different ice sheets, different arenas, and different landscapes altogether. That one looped over and collected by Ridley. Under 2 now to go in the opening frame. 2 goals apiece. Ridley crashing in towards the net. That one gets hung up on a stick. Caesars was going to take over, but careless pass. Turnover, now a second go at it for Little Caesars. That one gets away from a stick, but I think Caesars going to be able to keep control of it, and they do. In around of the circle, teammate wanted it, and it just bounces unkindly and over the stick. O'Brien tracks back for Little Caesars. She skates through a couple defenders. Does a nice job trying to open something up for her odd-numbered teammates. And a lot of scoring to open this one up. Last 7.5 minutes, though, nothing to speak of on the score sheet. 30 seconds to go. Period number 1. 2-2 is your score. Tapped around. Wilson gets it right on the doorstep. And Azamakis gave Loringer the only chance she could possibly have to stop that one. And she does it. That little bit of hesitation to get it onto the backhand, let Loringer get the glove up there. And boy, she made the most of the opportunity to have that glove on the doorstep, snatches it away, and absolutely denies Little Caesars the lead. She's been a little inconsistent, but I can see the promise in the young goaltender. As she can make saves like that, the reactions are certainly there. And the horn will sound. That's period number 1. Little Caesars controlled a lot of the play there. In fact, outshooting Ridley 15-6. But all that matters is we're tied at 2 on the scoreboard. It's JWHL hockey here from Minneapolis. It's Little Caesars and Ridley tied at 2 after 1. We'll break for the first period and have period number 2 for you when we get back. All right, welcome back. Short break there for the first intermission. We're ready to start period number 2. As I mentioned, all knotted up at 2. So we had 4 early goals in this one. I think it was 2-2 at with about 7.5 minutes left to go in the first period. In fact, our first goal came right away. Ridley got on the board. Ridley, though, with only 6 shots in that first period, got 2 of them past the goalkeeper, Ripley Crosley, for Little Caesars. On the other end, we got Loringer in net. Bad turnover for Ridley. Loringer had the pad on the ice, though, and was able to turn it aside. Loringer had some issues giving up some rebounds, although her defense not helping her out. She's dealing with some difficult shots to control, I should say. But, you know, although she's given up those rebounds, she's actually made a few fantastic saves as well. And this one could easily be a little bit more to Little Caesars. But as it stands, 2-2, as 1 minute has ticked off here in period 2. And Shaylin Snow. Snow skates around the defender, something we've seen her do quite a bit. Didn't have a great angle, but nearly found the top corner. But Crosley makes herself big, and you can see why she's headed to the next level with a nice save there. Azamakis attracts a lot of attention, drops it down, didn't push it far enough. It's Taylor Whitney, as well as a host of other players, is going to battle for it. We saw this a few times here in period number 1. These teams, we talk about, they were pretty evenly matched. They got to be evenly matched. How much they get stuck up along the boards. The referees are just going to let them play. Finally, it trickles away from the mess and into some open ice. Goes back into that dang corner, but eventually it comes out. Shaylin Snow lets it bounce off the wall, dumps it down, and she'll come off the ice for a change. Ridley can't keep it in the zone. Not sure if anybody got a touch to it. It doesn't look like it, and we'll have an icing. So exciting stuff here early. Talk about these teams started this morning with Little Caesars losing to Balmoral Hall 3-0. Balmoral Hall, I should say. And Ridley College beat New England Hockey Club 2-1. So Ridley would like to go make it 2 wins in their first 2 here in Minneapolis, but Caesars controlling the majority of the play. Good rush here for Ridley. Vandenboys. And boy, what a shot there. She faked that centering pass, brought it back, and wristed it top shelf right side. And Crosley could do nothing about it. And Ridley back on top 3-2. And they've got 3 goals from only 8 shots. Audra Vanderboys with the goal. Came into the weekend with, looks like 5 goals on the season. Adds another to the tally. And so impressed with these ladies in front of net. Another opportunity in front of net. That somehow goes wide. They get a one-on-one opportunity with the goalie. These girls are confident in front of net. We saw with Wilson from Little Caesars in the first period, able to absolutely deke out the goaltender from Ridley. And another fantastic deke from Ridley on Little Caesars a moment ago. This one's touched down. We'll have an icing. So unfortunate for this Little Caesars team. They've been controlling the action for the most part, out shooting Ridley 15-8, but find themselves down 3-2. DiMaggio takes the draw, and eventually it's controlled by Little Caesars, dumped back. O'Brien winds up. Didn't get a lot of lift on it, but it almost got a deflection. Well, it did get a deflection too much of one as that sails out of play, and we're going to have a face-off. And they will do it on the circle to the right of the Ridley goal. Face-off won by Ridley. There's Clark. Clark sends it ahead. Knocked down. Watt. Didn't know a whole lot about it, but just sort of blindly dumps it forward. Actually ends up being a pretty nice pass off the board. Snow almost there for the rebound. Sticks just in the way enough. Watt carries. She gets it onto the backhand, drops it down to the point. Wrister from the point, knocked down. And Little Caesars might have a chance to run the other way. Bounced off the board, but just too far ahead. And that is an icing. There's a little bit of a miscue there from Amber Danulis, excuse me. Danulis, number 91. Bully winning the face-off for Ridley College. They can't keep it in. Well, they can keep it in. And they give it up again. Hubble tries to battle. A lot of pokes at it, and eventually Little Caesars will take it away. Azamakis trying to get it, and delayed penalty will come in as we had a big hit along that far wall. And Little Caesars is going to go on the power play. Number 44, Mary Sweetapple, is going to find her way into the penalty box. 15:38 left to go in the second period. And Little Caesars with the advantage, trailing by one, so great opportunity to tie things up. They'll win it. Keep the puck in the zone. Azamakis in the corner. Dumps around. Azamakis couldn't get much on it. Kept in the zone. Back up top. Dropped again into the circle. Now down into the right out in front. Skating into the slot was Hubble. Couldn't do anything with it. Now it's way back out at the point. Slap shot comes in. And that's saved. Brooke Loringer making the stop. Little Caesars putting on the pressure with the additional skater. Face off one again. Goes back to Heath. Skated in. Rodnier. Hubble with it. Heath. High slot wrister. That one goes to the left. Azamakis to Whitney in the corner. Whitney will skate it back up towards the blue line. Heath gives up. Whitney boots it a little too far ahead, but bailed out by a teammate. Azamakis trying to skate it. Drops back to Heath. Heath backhanded pass. Finds Whitney. Azamakis skates in, takes it off of Shaylin Snowstick. Heath again. Drops it into the circle. Whitney can't quite handle it. Nice skating across the front. Gets popped up. It eventually finds its way out of the circle and into the corner. Whitney takes it. Hubble switches it over. Under 10 seconds now left to go on the power play. Little Caesar controlled the whole time, but haven't got anything to show for it. And that'll do it for the power play. And Ridley back to even strength, and now a chance to go the other direction. Watt carries it in onside. Gets tangled up. And they'll play with it. Eventually Ridley gets there, centering pass across the face of goal, but nobody home. Shot from distance, a lot of traffic in front. Took a deflection, I think, but Crosley there to make the stop. Behind the net. Swept at, but fanned on. Oh, bad turnover as it hits a leg, but unable to skate around it, a Ridley player. That one slowly made its way to Crosley. A little bit of a knuckle changeup. She paddles it away. Vandenboys battled Hubble along the wall, gets it back. Number 15 in orange. Has it stuck on her right leg that's trailing, gets squished. And now bodies falling all over the place. A couple Caesars players go down. The puck squirts out. And they might have an opportunity here if they can get it out quick. Unable to do so. That gets through everybody. Waved away, though, as maybe it took a deflection. This one's going to stay in the Ridley zone. Caesar's going to try and pounce on it. Unable to backhand it in. Under 12 to go here, period 2. Vandenboys skates in right side. It's kind of where we saw her score from earlier. This time she goes across the goal instead of the near side. And nothing doing. Flinged in, but carefully controlled by Loringer. Try to get it up quick. Ridley able to keep it in the zone. Good active defense. It's poked away. Watt tries to chase it down. Now bounced around. Up ahead. I don't think Euler knew a whole lot about it. A little bit of a stoppage as the referee goes to retrieve another puck from the sidelines. We'll have a face-off. DiMaggio gets shoved down after losing the face-off. DiMaggio tripped, inadvertent, no call. Clark plays it back. O'Brien sends it in and takes a shove for her involvement. Diller trying to put on some pressure as Little Caesars trying to keep it in the zone. Good carrying from Vandenboys. Right in on net. Pad save. Still out in front. Little Caesars backing up their goalie. Trying to get it out. O'Brien battling. Ridley player down. Into the corner. And back out. Joshke tries to send it in. And again, it finds its way all the way through. Rebound comes out, but Little Caesars able to get it out of danger. Oh, that one literally on the toe. I thought they were going to freeze it. Loringer must have kicked it out when she realized it literally was stuck right between her skate and pad on her toe. Came out. Little Caesars able to get another shot in on net, and then Loringer freezes the puck. 9.5 left to go, period 2. 3-2. Ridley able to take the lead early on here, second period, after we were tied at 2 after 1. Little Caesars controlled the action in the first period, and here in second period, Ridley has done a nice job coming back. Throughout all that scrum, looks like we did have a penalty. And Little Caesars is going to be on the power play. Not sure who it is exactly over there. Maybe it looks like Watt from Ridley, but Little Caesars is going to try and get back into this one with the power play. been unsuccessful on the power play so far. That long shot, pad save, dealt with easily by Loringer. And Heath's going to have to chase it down. Shaylin Snow can really skate right on her tail, but Heath handles it calmly. Hubble to Heath. They try and play a little back and forth, but nearly taken away from Ridley. Quick thinking from Little Caesars, and they'll keep control. Whitney sends it round. Azamakis with it in the corner. She'll dump down. Whitney skates around a defender, trying to find some space. Wrist shot, deflection, high off the glass. Still in play. Azamakis. Whitney. Whitney rides the boards. Heath, excellent job to pop it up, keep it in. Now Heath turns, fires off the pipe and in. Holy cow, that slap shot had some eyes, and it found its way to the back of the net. And that's a power play goal to tie things up at 3. I don't know. We keep having more and more impressive goals. I think we have the goal of the night, and then we get another one as Jenny Heath fires it from distance. And you could hear it from here. That hit some metal and then hit some twine. And we had a good game, our first one here of the evening session. We got maybe an even better one here in the second game. Looking at the standings, we knew these would be some, we were hoping they would be some closely fought matchups, and they are proving to be just that. These two teams, of course, have yet to play in the JWHL season, only going to play 3 times, only once here in Minnesota. Right now, it's looking like an even matchup between the two sides. Delayed penalty coming up, so Ridley's going to have an opportunity. Loringer, what hustle to get off the ice. But, of course, like it always happens, it gets to the bench right when the puck gets touched and the delayed penalty comes in. And it looks like it's going to be number 3. That is Gabriella Purpura for Little Caesars, who's going to find her way to the bin of sin. And she'll have to sit there for a couple minutes. And that is unfortunate, as Caesars was able to just get back into it. Just out of the reach of Van Reboys for Ridley. Sent all the way around and out of the zone. Excellent clearance from Little Caesars. It'll take off some valuable seconds and allows some fresh legs to get onto the ice. Pass towards the center. Whitney, who was just on, nearly interfered, able to get in there and get it out of the zone. Whitney picks it up again, throws it down. Tapped in, Whitney, excellent stick handling, shot near side. I think hit the outside netting and the bottom pipe. So not too threatening. Scrum again, maybe some time wasting here from Little Caesars. It looks like Whitney fell on it, surrounded by 4 Ridley players, but smart play as Caesars is still on the penalty kill. 46 seconds left to go on that penalty to Purpura. But if you're Little Caesars, you're happy to see the puck hanging out in the Ridley zone. DiMaggio takes the faceoff. She is squashed down, and Ridley eventually takes it into the Caesars zone with half a minute to go on the skater advantage. And a little bit of a lack of focus. That one goes over the blade. Ridley nearly turning it over. Now getting it back. Shaylin Snow in an advanced position. Backhand popped up right in front, and it somehow gets into the back of the net. And Crosley, I don't think know how it happened either. That one popped up. Not sure if somebody batted it out of the air or if it just came off of Crosley's back and fell backwards. But the power play goal puts Ridley back in front. Shaylin Snow is going to lead the celebration line again, and we might give her credit with the goal again. Somebody got it, and Ridley's back on top 4-3. It looks like I'm getting word that Snow, in fact, did get it. That will be her second on the day. And Shaylin Snow came into this one with 12 goals and is adding to that quickly. Ridley's going to have another chance. Good job to recover by Little Caesars defense. They had a couple players on the ice. McIsaac tapping it forward. Center run off the boards. It's hoisted up again. That one way up. Didn't go out of play. I think it was just hoisted high up on the glass. Azamakis tries the center. Stick interferes with that attempt, and O'Brien will collect and regroup. Dumps it ahead. Papura coming on a line change. This is very fortunate. Papura backhand trying to make up for it. She was in the box when Ridley took the lead. Papura almost got it right on back, but denied by Loringer on the doorstep. Maybe one too many touches from Papura. Tried to get it to that backhand. And it stays at 4-3. 4:45 left to go in the second period. Puck skips past the open gate, doesn't go out of play. And spins around on the circle where Little Caesars can take it. Ill-advised, but Boley's going to have to hold it up as Van Verboys gets on side. Back to Clark. And Clark sends it down. With it now heading right in on net. Van Verboys has got one of them. She skated dangerously across the crease. Talk about dangerous across the crease. There the puck goes again. Now fired from way out. That didn't find anything but a couple of bodies. And Ridley still with it. Back out. Robertson just desperate to keep it in. Able to do so, but Little Caesars eventually gets it. That one popped up off the wall. Nice backhand to stay with it. Battle right behind net, looking for something. Nobody there. Now in the high slot, Rister. Not sure if that took a deflection. Looked like it maybe did. An excellent job going from high to low by Loringer. And she'll make the glove save. So 4-3. This one's been a lot of action. Right out in front. And smacked away by Watt, number 27 in orange. Hanging out right around that blue line. DiMaggio has to dump it and chase after it herself. Can't get there, sent around, but Diller was tasked with keeping it in the zone. Can't do it. Shaylin Snow now racing the other direction. Heath looking to make defense into offense. Carrying it all the way. Still with it now. Tries to center it. Deflects. Goes up into the net. Wasn't sure if the referee spotted that. A little bit of a delay on the whistle, but it eventually comes and we'll have a face-off right outside the Ridley College zone. 4-3 your score, 2:44 left to go, second period. And actually, they're going to bring that face-off inside the zone onto that right dot of Loringer. Brandy Wilson, number 11 in white for Little Caesars, is going to take the draw. She opened the scoring for the team from Detroit. Shot. That's deflected. Loringer needs to pick up her stick, still with the puck behind. Able to grab it, almost backhanded in by Whitley. Nothing doing. McIsaac has it turned back around. There's Ava Joshke. She dumps it backhand. Now Whitley calling for it. Didn't get it in time. Came a little bit late, and she's unable to control it. Whitney, who got her stick in there, thought she maybe tripped Van Reboys, but no call. Now Ava Joshke heading the other direction. Tries to take on the defender, goes wide with it, sends it back towards the middle, and we've got a whistle. Not sure what happened. As it looked like the whistle came while the puck was still in play. And we have a tripping call, and that is going to go against Whitney. Number 12, Taylor Whitney of Little Caesars. So now in jeopardy of falling behind even further. After tying it up at 3, Ridley got the power play goal to make it 4-3. A minute and a half left to go, and Ridley will have the rest of the period with the extra skater. Shaylin Snow gets the turnover, rides the defender, but Heath does enough to body her off the puck. Watt now battling, gets it out. Tried to send it in, maybe should have switched it over as it's knocked down and sent the length of the ice by Little Caesars. 45 seconds now left to go, period 2. 4-3, Ridley leading. They got a pair of goals in the first period, a pair of goals here in period number 2. And this one's been back and forth the whole way. 25 seconds now left to go in the period. Puck's out in front. But eventually it's brushed out to center ice where Robertson will pick it up, carries it over part of the M logo here at Ritter Arena. That one kicked too far in front. Now sent towards the middle. Not sure if Crosley saw it very well. Now sent in front. Crosley sees that. She'll put the glove to it. And with 1.2 seconds, I think we'll have a face-off. And it'll be merely a formality unless something magical happens with 1.2 seconds. Ridley will start out the third period with the extra skater. As the face-off goes, the horn sounds. Ridley able to get 2, including the one to put him back in front. JWHL hockey here from Minneapolis sees Ridley College on top of Little Caesars 4-3 after 2. We're going to break, clear the ice, and we'll have period number 3 for you when we return. All right, welcome back, JWHL fans. We're here in Minneapolis awaiting the start of the third period between Ridley College and the team Little Caesars from Detroit. We just cleared the ice, got a new sheet out there. And teams are getting ready for the third period. It's a 4-3 score. Ridley got 2 in the first, so did Little Caesars, but Ridley got 2 in the second, where Little Caesars was only able to get 1. Ridley took the lead back on a power play goal. And in fact, Ridley College is going to start the period with an extra skater, as there's a penalty holdover from period number 2. That's Taylor Whitney heading to the penalty box. She'll be in there for 31 seconds as we start this third period. Both of these teams played earlier today. Little Caesars losing to losing to Balmoral Hall. Team will see in action right after this. Right on the front. Knocked around, popped up, and eventually out of danger. So Little Caesars lost their first one to Balmoral Hall. Ridley got past New England Hockey Club 2-1. So Ridley looking for win number 2 here. Little Caesars trying to put one in the win column. Both these teams near the bottom of the standings here in the U-19 division, as Little Caesars back to even strength. That clearance will be an icing. Near the bottom of the standings, I'm saying, and that means this is kind of an important game for both. We'll take a look at the standings. Both teams 18 games played. Little Caesars on 13 points with 7 wins, 10 losses, and a tie. Ridley on 9 points with 3 wins, 12 losses, and a tie. I said Little Caesars on 15 points, excuse me. You mentioned those records, 18 games played, but this is actually the first between these two in the U-19 division. One of the nice things about this Minneapolis weekend here for the JWHL brings all the teams from the league, and everybody gets some action deflected. Has some good passing out in front for Little Caesars. They're trying to find the equalizer out in front. Nobody there but orange shirts. Vanderboys playing with it a little bit too much. Bowley can't do anything with it, and it's kept in. Bouncing puck. Loringer saw it the whole way. Taylor Whitney tries to squeeze past the defender, gets held up, and I think we might have a call. Yeah, a little bit of lazy defense. And the penalty will be called against number 22. That is Ava Robertson. So Robertson's going to go to the box. Looks like she just grabbed a hold of Taylor Whitney as she was behind the goal. And this is going to be a good opportunity for Little Caesars. They have a face-off in the Ridley zone. Pass around O'Brien. Shot found its way all the way to the glove of Loringer, but she catches it. And we'll have a face-off. That trickles just over the blue line. Shaylin Snow now going to pick it up. Try the shorthanded rush. What a job to keep the puck with her as she had the defender all over her. Somehow kept her wits about her, but wasn't able to get much on the shot and didn't get any lift. Got another delayed penalty coming. And I think this is on Ridley. It is. And this is what was a good opportunity is going to become a great opportunity for Little Caesars, as they're going to have 2 extra skaters for a minute and a half. So not the way that Ridley wanted to start off this last period, and I think Little Caesars is going to take a timeout to talk about their advantageous situation right here. So 4-3, Little Caesars got goals from Wilson, as well as Taylor Whitney, I believe, netted one. And then on the Ridley side, had Shaylin Snow netting 2. Audra Vanderboy's got one. And they have one other one that I don't quite remember who netted. But regardless, it's 4-3, Ridley on top. And this is a big moment here with just under 2 minutes gone from the third and final period. Well, these teams do play in overtime if regulation ends up tied. And there are such things as overtime losses and overtime wins here in the JWHL. Play ready to resume after the timeout. Face-off won by Little Caesars. They're 5-on-3. That one cleared out. Good job by Ridley as Vanderboys gets it out of the zone. Little Caesars going to have to reset. It's Joski Vanderboys out there for Ridley. Heath goes over to Hubble. Hubble skates it in. Heath now at the top of the circle to the left of Loringer. Heath tries to wrist it in, hits a leg, stays in the zone. Heath back to Hubble. Play a little give and go. Heath, high slot. That shot found its way through. Loringer makes the stop. We have a stoppage. And not sure if, looked like the goal maybe came off the crease a little bit. So just over 30 seconds left to go in the two-skater advantage for Little Caesars. Got about a minute left to go in all the power plays. Heath tries to send it in again. Heath's really trying to get something going from the top of the slot. Heath tries to send it across. Shaylin Snow's right there, though. She nearly took it away and had some ice to skate into. Little Caesars with 26 shots to Ridley's 19. 5 seconds left to go, and one player is going to come out of the Ridley box. And they'll have, there she goes, and it'll be 5-on-4 for about 30 seconds as Robertson has to stay on the ice. She looked like she was coming off for a change, but they told her to stay on because of the 5-on-3. Under 20 seconds now left to go in the power play. That's sent down the other way, and I think that'll do it for Ridley. Has 10 seconds left to go. Little Caesars maybe will get a chance to get one shot off here. They approach it slowly, and out of the box into even strength are Ridley College now. Little Caesars got to be careful here, because all of a sudden there's a lot more orange on the ice. Caesars stays with it, trying to keep it in the zone. They do. Turnover deep, sent towards the middle. And it had been vacated. There's an icing, and we'll face off down on the other end. Face-off controlled by Ridley College. As they are back to even strength after being down two skaters. Clock is at 15:20. Looked like it might have been paused there for a second, but back to running time. Not sure how much time it was stopped for. Oh, turnover. Almost led to an opportunity. Another chance. As that puck was just floating around dangerously in front of net. Loringer pounces on it and will face it off. DiMaggio takes the draw, wins it. Quick shot, saved by Loringer. Diller able to keep it in the zone, but not able to keep it with her. Hoisted up off the glass. That one, DiMaggio loses her edge. She tried to track the puck down. Comes to the ice. Now she takes a bump. Another Caesars players go down. There's a lot of hits in the middle of the ice. All legal. Clark going to try and take it. She'll run into a few Caesar defenders. And worked around a little bit. Ava Joshke gives it up. Dumps it down. O'Brien collects for Little Caesars, skates past the defender, opens up some space. That goes through everybody. And must have hit somebody because no whistle on the ice. Vanderboys tries to lift it to herself. Does successfully, but then loses it. Azamakis can't keep it in. In fact, loses a glove. Glove still hanging out on the ice. Azamakis is going to come find it and get back into the play. Puck's going to come back her way. Slips the glove on. Olsen there battling. She gets crunched. Whitney there. Wilson gets crunched again. That one goes to Whitney. Tries to backhand. Loringer tried to cut across in anticipation. Puck was still on the near side. Well, we're going to have a stoppage and a penalty. And Ava Joshke is going to go into the penalty box. Little Caesars going to be on power play once again. So far, they were able to score one power play goal, I believe. This one passed around. Ooh, that was an opportunity there. Net comes loose. And I thought for sure that was stuff past the line. Azamakis was there in a great position. Heath sends it around. That's Hubble. Hubble into the mix. That one tapped away. That one's played. That's a name we haven't heard a ton of. Is Ripley Crosley, a netminder here for Little Caesars. Although Ridley's been down a skater. Turnover, Watt right, one-on-one with Crosley. Can't control it. Crosley had it covered. Nothing there. We got a delayed call as I think Heath's going to get flagged for the trip of Shaylin Snow. And she'll go to the box. And it'll be 4-on-4 for a minute 20. So Heath kind of forced into that one. Bad turnover in their own zone led to a shorthanded opportunity for Ridley. Heath kind of caught out, had to put her stick out there, ended up tripping up one of the Ridley players, and she's in the box. So we're skating 4-on-4 here for about a minute. Puck being worked out from behind the net. Clark backhands off the board. Flipped out of the zone. Clark has it again. Pushed ahead, but back with Ridley. A 4-on-4 hockey for another 30 seconds. That one poke check. Taken off the stick. Little Caesar with an opportunity now. 1-on-3. Nice stop and turn. Flung towards the goal. Pretty harmless. And Vanderboys is going to carry it away for Ridley. Gets a little bit too far out in front of her, though, and that'll be an icing call. We'll have a face-off down in the Ridley zone. 2 seconds left to go on the Ridley power play, so an advantageous icing for Little Caesars. They'll get a chance to get this face-off, maybe get a shot before the Ridley skater can get back on the ice and give them the advantage. Penalty's over. Ridley player now in a good spot. That's Joshke coming onto the ice after the penalty. Ridley looking, hoisted, centering pass. Vanderboys couldn't really find it, but dangerous. DiMaggio going to try and show off the skate. She churns towards the puck, gets to the loose puck, almost tapped it around the defender, but excellent job by Robertson to stay with the play. Whitney leaves the defender in the dust, gets it again, backhand, and what an individual effort by the captain, Taylor Whitney. And we are tied at 4. You knew there was going to be something good after she got past that first defender. Loringer able to stop the initial effort, gives up the rebound, and Whitney knows how to put that one away. What a backhanded shot. Taylor Whitney second on the day. And that makes it 4-4 with 10:05 left to go in the hockey game. And Ridley College had an advantage. And when Little Caesars got back to even strength, able to get that goal off the wonderful effort from Taylor Whitney. Now Brandy Wilson ahead to Whitney. Whitney's feeling it now. Wilson behind the net. Whitney with a wraparound, almost got it between the legs. Loringer able to close the gap and deny the opportunity. Now here's a look into the area, and nothing there. Azamakis had a great look. She had a couple teammates right out in front and had a lot of speed on that cross, just hoping it takes an interesting deflection. It didn't. Azamakis, though, now with a good opportunity. Can't skate past the defender. She'll get tied up. And into the corner it goes. Now out of the corner. Here comes Watt. Watt has it taken off of her. Brandy Wilson, backhand, almost turned the right direction and right out in front by Papura. Papura penalty led to one of the go-ahead goals by Ridley, but twice now. Little Caesars has come back to tie it. Once at 3, now at 4. Heath doing some dancing. She'll carry it in. Looking for something. She's going to want to give it up. Still carries it. Now finds teammate. A little too hot for the other player. Shaylin Stowe just hoists it up in the air, and it somehow gets back to her, and this is going to be a 2-on-1 opportunity for one of the best players in the league. She comes down the right side, and I think one of the defenders got a stick in there just in the nick of time as that deflects up and out of play. Exciting stuff here from Ritter Arena in Minneapolis, campus of the University of Minnesota.
Overtime. It's 5 minutes, 3-on-3.
All tied up. So a couple of good games here to start off evening action at Ritter. We saw the last game, North American Hockey Academy took a 4-0 lead. Chicago came storming back to make it 4-3. And that was your final. This one has been back and forth the whole time, but we are tied at 4 between these two teams. First time they've met on the season. Carried in off of Clark's leg and deflected towards the corner. Now it's caught up on a skate. So a couple players try and find it. That one flung up along the glass. Now behind the net again as it battled Clark and a Caesars player. This one out, deflected high. Can't be controlled right away. Otherwise would have been an open net for Diller, I believe. Diller just couldn't get it off the stick. Bounced up hot for Diller. Now falls to DiMaggio kindly. DiMaggio, a nice player. She turns immediately on net. And stonewalled by Loringer. Four to four, just over 7 minutes to go in the hockey game. Little Caesars out shooting Ridley 33-21, but all tied up on the scoreboard. Ava Joshke gonna push it ahead, but a little too far. Joshke now makes herself big along the wall, trying to keep it in, can't. Robertson to Ray. Ray sends it back across ice. And now flings it down into the zone, but she was behind the center line, and that'll be icing. Gonna have an exciting finish here, all tied up right now. If we do go to overtime, it'll be a 5-minute period, 3-on-3 hockey for that 5 minutes. But the way the goals have been flying in this one, I wouldn't be surprised to see at least one more go in, if not more than that. Right out front, Azamakis nearly had it, couldn't find it at her feet, almost went to another skater. Loringer able to have the eyes on it and pounce. And that'll be a face-off as players are slow to get up. Said this Ridley team splits time between a few of their goalies. Loringer, only 3 starts coming into the weekend. All 3 losses, but she's looking pretty good here tonight. Some inconsistencies giving up rebounds, but she's also made some jaw-dropping saves at times. Her being one of the younger players, you probably take the good with the bad. You can always learn from some of the mistakes. Shaylin Snow, excellent awareness to dump it in front. Not sure her teammate knew that was coming. Snow again trying to dump it in front. And that squeaks out and back towards center ice. Shaylin Snow is racing past defenders. Shot nearly found the bottom corner. She sent it sliding across the ice. Caesars almost had a break, but good stop. Banner boys can't handle. And Whitney tried to get on a run. Whitney, sitting on 2 goals right now, is trying to pick up her 3rd there. Running the other way. Clark in and deflected wide. And I think we got a hook. And it's going to be O'Brien from Little Caesars going to the penalty box. So that's been an issue for this Little Caesars team here tonight. They find a way to equalize, but then find a way to get into the penalty box and give Ridley an opportunity. Clark launches it in. Puck was wobbling a little bit, tough to handle. But stopped. Now a shorthanded opportunity, wrist shot. That's high. I think Loringer would have had it covered. Hubble falls down, trying to handle the change of direction. Vanderboy's giving chase. She's got Heath battling it with her. Heath flings it right towards the official. Somehow gets out of the way. Nice job by the Zebra. Another chase for the puck. That's dangerous. Has shown off the wheels and really churning for it. Number 16. Ava Rossano, number 16, really showing off the speed and almost made something from nothing. Ridley still on a power play here for a minute and a half, or excuse me, a minute 05. 4 minutes left to go in the hockey game. 4-4 score. We will go to a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime period if it stays this way. Shaylin Snow looking to be the difference maker here. She's already netted a couple. That one's sent the other way, but no icing because of the penalty kill. Joshke hands it to Watt. Back to Joshke. Try to go ahead. That one a little too far ahead. Zemerick wrestles the player to the ground. Falls right in front for Watt. And boy, right outside the half circle, had an opportunity, but Crosley equal to the challenge. And we stay tied at 4. .22 seconds left to go on the power play for Ridley. Being outshot 35-24. This shot, slap, pad save, kicked away by Crosley. Sweet Apple drops it. Looking for Watt, and lifted the length of the ice. That will kill off the penalty. And O'Brien steps back onto the sheet. Little Caesar will switch things up. Turnover deep in the zone. And Whitney almost had her 3rd goal. Whitney pokes at it, can't get anything. Heath keeps it in, huge slap. Hubble takes a shot on herself. Heath was calling for it. See if they can keep it in. Snow going to try and take it out. Goes to Hubble. Hubble to Heath. And now Heath's going to take it herself. Drops back to Taylor Whitney. Whitney down to Heath. Heath in the corner. Loses some momentum, getting tied up. Caesars had to leave it alone, so it would have been an offside. That one deflects off Azamakis off the window, comes back in. Getting ready for our final run here. Minute and a half left to go in regulation, 4-4. Joshke trying to get it out of the Ridley zone. Caesar's trying to keep it in, poked away. Vanderboys might have a chance at it. But good energy from O'Brien to get across and squash that. Battle for it. Tapped around. Caesar's able to carry it, but can't keep it. O'Brien ends up with it. He goes far, under a minute now. Bowley tried to get around, so people took a shoulder. And that's going to be a penalty, and I think O'Brien is going to go back to the box for the 2nd time here in the 3rd period. And this could be big. As we are tied with 50 seconds left to go. Going to have a timeout. Ridley's going to see what they can do to potentially get the winner right here. Well, folks, I want to thank you again for joining us here for JWHL Hockey, live from Minneapolis. I always love it when the league comes to town. And we have been treated with some exciting hockey here so far this evening. Had a 1-goal thriller a game ago. Got this one tied up with less than a minute. So excited to see what happens in our next matchup, which should be a good one as well. So we got Balmoral squaring off in that one. And Balmoral will be facing off against the Boston Shamrocks. Shamrocks were victorious this morning. they tied this morning against Naha, I believe. So Boston coming in this one playing some pretty good hockey. Balmoral as well. Just previewing our next matchup. Boston on 19 points. Balmoral on 15 coming into the weekend, but we're ready to resume action. 45 seconds to go. Shorthanded opportunity for one of the fastest skaters on the ice. Second chance as Loringer gave up another rebound, unable to control those second chance opportunities. That's been kind of an Achilles heel all night. Doesn't bite her there. But Ridley with the advantage on the power play. Not looking like it here, but they'll have an opportunity at a run with 20 seconds to go. Joski going to drop it down. Didn't find Robertson quite. And there'll be a battle for it as the seconds tick away. 15 seconds now. 4-4. O'Brien can't handle the pass in their own zone. Back out. Robertson flings it out in front. Snow will find it. And somehow Little Caesar survives, flings it out of the zone, and we end regulation tied at 4. And I am able to catch my breath after that last 45 seconds. O'Brien is going to have to stay in the penalty box. They motion her to go to the penalty box. This is interesting because normally this overtime period will be 3-on-3. We'll see what the teams do here. And it looks like for the remainder of the penalty, they'll play it 4-on-3. This looks like the ref's going to come over and clarify things on the benches. So a little bit of a discussion. And when I know what the result of that discussion is, I'll certainly relay it. But a couple teams preparing for the overtime period here. We're going to get that underway quickly. Taking a look at the stats, though, Little Caesars 37 shots on goal. Loringer 33 saves, but didn't help herself out any by giving up some second chance opportunities. A few of those Caesars goals came on those rebound opportunities. Ridley only 26 shots on net compared to the 37, but able to put 4 of them past Crosley in net. Crosley, the Miami of Ohio recruit and commit. Doing a pretty good job here tonight. Unfortunately, she had to face off against number 54 in orange, Shaylin Snow. Van Boys has got one as well, number 15. Snow with 2. You see number 12 there in white for Little Caesars. Taylor Whitney's got 2. And it's 4-on-3, and we're ready to go here. 5 minutes to go in this one. Win, lose, or draw, we'll see here from Ritter Arena in Minneapolis. That one sent the length of the ice, but there is O'Brien still in the penalty box, so no icing there. Sweet Apple carries it up to the M, then gives it away. Heath now flings it around. A lot of space on the ice. Probably going to help Little Caesars defensively on the penalty kill, but they're not going to be very aggressive here to start things off and might be content to just see this one out with the draw, given that O'Brien started off the extra frame in the penalty box. Vanderboy is around. Back out to Elliott. Elliott squares over. Sweet Apple skates around. Loses a defender. Now Elliott gives back to Sweet Apple. Sweet Apple bringing it in a little bit now. Snow right on the doorstep. Centering pass. And can't find a stick. Boy, that had some heat to it. Sweet Apple again. Down to Snow. Snow to Elliott on the circle on the dot. Pops up. Elliott again. Penalty is over. And now it's 4-on-4 as Azamakis comes on for Little Caesars. And we are even strength, 4-on-4, extra frame. It's all to play for now. 3.5 minutes. Heath was trying to find Whitney. I think Whitney was skating to the bench, maybe some discomfort. Or maybe just coming off. I wasn't sure if she was just starting to take off a glove or there was something wrong with her wrist. But Little Caesars might want her on the ice as she's netted 2 of the 4. Jochke carries it up far side. Got a crowd with her and surrenders the puck. 3 minutes. Brandy Wilson taking out some shrugs from the Little Caesars bench. Not sure why nothing was called there, as I think the refs are going to let them play it out here in the remainder of the overtime period. Brandy Wilson with one of the goals tonight. Can't quite find it, but does a good job to keep the puck with her team. That one in on net. Azamakis tries to turn, probably turned the wrong direction as she turned towards traffic. .2:30 now to go in overtime. Whitney back on the ice, takes it, decides to start a run the other way, doesn't have the numbers, but able to find a teammate, but it just goes wide. This is DiMaggio. DiMaggio out, Hubble's going to find it at the top of the circle, sends it in with a low shot. Steered wide by the stick of Loringer. Loringer again has to keep an eye on that one, but it is out wide. Bowley now skates past one defender, drops it off. Robertson with it. Tried to give it to Clark for the corner. Clark back up. She just sends one in, deflected. Snow was all alone in front of net, nobody around her. Don't think she even knew that she was that wide open. Clark again. Not a bad strategy here from Ridley. Just throw it in and hope for the best, as Caesars having a tough time marking Shaylin Snow. Now they'll get a chance as Shaylin Snow over skates on defense. We have a minute left to go here in the overtime period. Neither team I should say, has been too threatening here in the overtime period, but here's somebody that can make something of nothing, makes nothing there. That deflects off Van Verboy's heel. She doesn't know about it, and then she finds it. Snow has to come off the ice, so see if she ever finds her way back out there. 30 seconds left now in the game. Turnover, 2-on-1 opportunity. Finds it, Van Verboys tries to go 5-hole. And Crosley there for the save. Not sure if that was by design for Van Verboys going 5-hole, but it nearly worked out. But Crosley protects the crease and keeps it a 4-4 game. Ripley Crosley heading off to the Ohio University, Miami University in Ohio. Boy, I can't quite get that out. Miami of Ohio is where she'll be headed. And somehow that one finds its way through. And with 11.8 seconds, Ridley is going to win this. I think it was. It is Shaylin Snow. Got the redirection. I think she's going to get credit with that one. Got a gentle touch. And it sneaks past Crosley. I was just talking Crosley. And unlucky for her, as Snow, I believe, completes the hat trick if she's going to get credit for all the ones in front of net. And that'll make the final 5-4, so 11.8 seconds from getting something from this game. It's all for naught, as Ridley College able to pick up their second win here in Minneapolis in 2 games after winning this morning. Tough luck for Crosley and Little Caesars. Well, that'll be your final. JWHL Hockey here from Minneapolis. Got one more for you tonight from Ritter Arena. The final here, Ridley College 5, Little Caesars 4. We'll have the 8:15 for you here in a little bit. Want to thank you again for watching JWHL Hockey live from Minneapolis.